Welcome to Season 3 of Between the Cracks. In Episode 1, join us for a fun discussion on homeowner stereotypes and our food drive initiative with the Chesterfield Food Bank. Let's dive in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Between the Cracks podcast. I'm Madden.
And I'm Matt.
And today we have a fun episode where we got to sit down with Scooter and just kind of talk through some homeowner stereotypes.
And this was recorded a long time ago, actually. And
yeah,
we just kind of came across it like a lost treasure. Yeah,
we found it, and we both forgot filming this. So we really put a lot of thought when we found it. It was great.
Yeah, we didn't have the studio set up yet.
No.
So we were sitting in the conference room. So the audio is not stellar, but it's not bad.
It's not bad, no. And it's fun to watch things that you forget you filmed.
That's right.
Because you have no idea what you're going to say next, and that's exciting.
Yep. So let's
go to the conference room.
All right. Well, welcome to the Between the Cracks podcast. And today we're just going to have a little fun. We're going to talk about some homeowner stereotypes out there. So just go down this list here and see what everybody thinks about some of these. So let's get started. Number 1, the eternal DIY enthusiast. This homeowner is convinced they can fix anything with a roll of duct tape in a YouTube tutorial, even if their attempts often result in more problems than solutions.
I've got a perfect example of that.
All right.
Please share.
And thank you. And this is not one specific item, but I've seen it time and time again. Duct tape on plumbing pipes.
Yes, I've seen that one.
The supply, which doesn't usually last very long when you put duct tape on a supply because you got pressure pushing on that water or the drain. I mean, you open up sink underneath kitchen sinks and stuff, and you just see duct tape, all the way around it.
That's right.
But a lot of times it works. So
a lot of times it doesn't, though.
I think that's what comes to my mind the most about duct tape is with plumbing issues.
Well, let's talk about the YouTube tutorial for a moment, though. That's like the big thing, right? Everybody just finds it on YouTube. I mean, I hear it all the time. I say it all the time. I say, if you don't know how to do it, just YouTube it.
Yeah. my mom was on the phone with me the other day, and she goes, hey, when you need to change your car's air filter, you let me know. I watched a video on YouTube, and I will help you through it. And I was like, I'm not sure I'm trusting you, Mom, but I believe you.
Well, I'll tell you, a long time ago, my mother-in-law, she had this house it was a small house, but she needed new shingles on the roof and stuff like that. And I Googled a YouTube video of installing shingles. And we went over there and tried to do it, and we brought in some experts the next day.
Oh, did you? Wow.
Those shingles were all kinds of crooked. Oh, yeah, it didn't look good.
So you're not going to start the Sherlock Roofing Company is what you're saying.
No, shingles is definitely not my place. And
Sherlock Shingles.
Sherlock Shingles.
We got a good name for it. Come on, Matt. Train yourself.
I gotta stop being afraid of heights first.
Mm-hmm. It's a common theme in this office.
That's right. All right, how about number 2, the plant whisperer? This stereotype portrays homeowners who have turned their living space into lush jungles with plants hanging from every corner and windowsill. They might even name their plants and talk to them lovingly.
Oh, and they're always on hardwood floors. So if you don't, because they water those suckers, and some spillage or it weeps out or whatever, so you better get around behind the ball and look and see if you see stains on that hardwood floor, because if not, the buyer of that property might come back and go, I'm speaking from an inspector's point of view. The buyer from that property is going to come back and say, you didn't tell me there's all these stains on my floor.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing on that too is that I've seen homes where they use it to keep solicitors away, because there's so many plants and stuff, and there's bees everywhere. Like, there's bees everywhere, man. I don't even want to go near that house.
In my parents' neighborhood, there's a beautiful house that has been there for a long time, but they just have so much going on in their front yard with different kinds of plants and colors, and it's just gorgeous. But every time I drive past, because it's like a newer neighborhood, I'm like, how long have they lived there to get all of this done?
Right. I'll tell you, though, we me and my wife are not these people.
We're not
We
either.
would be the plant killers. That would be our stereotype.
Yeah.
I got a quick story. Madden, you can probably relate. My daughter and I would come back from a concert one night, and it was late at night, coming from D.C., and of course, being the dad's going, Angie, you need to be doing this and doing this. Just giving that father advice, and she was going, Dad, I got it. Dad, I got it. I said, okay. So not too long ago, after that, her and some of her roommates were moving to an old farmhouse out in the country around Harrisonburg. And so my wife and I went and visited, and of course, she wanted to ride around to show us that farmhouse. And she rode us by it, and it was like vines growing all over the front porch. Had one of those front porches across the whole thing, vines growing all over there, up and down. Was it quaint looking? Yes, it was. Did I know what was going to happen? Yes, I did. The old farmhouse, the whole thing. So Angie would call me back, and this is not just to make plants out, I guess. She said, we got bees around here. Yeah, I guess you do.
Yeah.
Ants and everything else, because all those quaint little plants. But I said, but it's a beautiful home.
That's right.
And then she called me back up. She said, Dad, when we get ready to dry our hair, the electricity shuts off. Well, you go, where's the breakers of the circuit? I don't know, but Angie, I would tell her every time it's a true story. It was a beautiful home. I love it. And she did one time the heat went off. She said, Dad, the heat's off. I said, what kind of heat do you have? Is it oil? I don't, Angie, I love that house. It's a cute little house.
I'll tell you.
I got off the plants a little bit.
To get off that, because it's something you said, but one of the things I don't miss from growing up is when you could only use one powered item at a time.
Yes.
I remember when my mom would start vacuuming the floors or something, and the TV would start getting all fuzzy and wouldn't work right. I'm like, come on, man. Lights would flicker. So, fun times.
You had a TV when you were growing up? Wow.
I did have a TV. I had a TV on top of a TV.
Nothing ever flickered for me. I was always able to use multiple electronics at the same time.
Yeah, I think GFCIs are already required by the time you were born. That was pretty
Probably.
awesome.
Yes.
All right, let's go to number 3. This is the tool hoarder. These homeowners have a tool for every situation, and their garage resembles a hardware store, yet they often spend more time searching for the right tool than actually using it.
This is Matt.
This is me with certain tools. Yes.
Not necessarily power tools.
You know
or
what?
anything.
Power tools are probably true too. My wife will tell you, if there's a power tool out there and she lets me buy it, I buy it. And I have so many power tools.
Yes.
Yes.
So you got 2 power tools, huh?
That's right. Well, I have so many power tools. I have 2 miter saws. I don't need 2. Why do I have 2? I have 2 miter saws. I have every tool I can possibly get. I got all kinds of different power drills. I have drills. I have impacts. I have power screwdrivers. I have hand saws. I have battery operated hand saws. I have it all, man. And my technology is the same way. I just love.
I know that
I love
for a
my
fact.
tools, or my toys, if you will.
Well, I find a lot of times, I know a lot of people that got all these tools. And my experience with a lot of them, they are very well organized. They got all those tools because they're so proud of that. Those peg boards, they got them from small all the way to big. Different sets of them. You're like, why do you need 4 sets of half-inch sockets?
Yeah.
But they've got them all. They're so proud of them. You pull out those drawers and they're all laid in there. Unlike mine, I pull out my drawer, it's just like going through a drawer in my vanity in the bathroom. It's just like all sorts of stuff in there.
No, I definitely keep my stuff organized. And I remember I have a bunch of huge toolboxes for all my tools and stuff, but I have this really nice Husky one. And I just remember we just moved into our new house, and I just put new floors in on the 2nd floor. And my wife, we were walking through Home Depot, and she goes, you've done a good job. I'm going to let you buy one of these. Oh, man, it was Christmas.
Really?
I was enjoying
Matt's
that.
voice and eyes are like a child on Christmas right now. He loves talking about his tools and his toys.
If you imagine Tim Allen in Home Improvement, right?
I was just getting ready to say Tim Allen.
More
Tim
power.
the Toolman.
But all right, let's move on to the next one. Well, this might
It's
fall
also
into the same
Matt.
thing too. The tech guru. Every appliance in this homeowner's house is smart and connected. From the fridge that sends them notifications about expired food to the voice-activated curtains, they live in a fully automated home.
I told you, Matt, we needed an app to tell you when food was expired. That's the only
have
app
them built in.
that you says no need. You just look at the.
That's right. You look
container.
you look right on it. But I do. My house is not quite that smart yet. You know, I've actually tried to find the curtains, the ones that will open blinds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's little robots, but they're not. There's not any that are just popular. Like there's nothing that really works
The
out
little
well.
It's
robots.
a
little
so you
thing
attach
that-
it to the curtain rod and it like moves the curtains.
I thought you
Well,
about a
the
little
one I'm
robot
looking
come
for
up
is
there, open.
blinds. So what it
Blinds,
does
yeah.
is you put it on. It's kind of like has these little wheels on it, and you attach it to the string, and then you set the time, and then it opens the blinds and stuff. So I want one of those. I'm just waiting for a good one to come out. But I have a robot vacuum. I have a robot mop. We have the Nest thermostats. And we have the Alexa doorbell. You know, and we
What
have
about the
cameras.
what
The
about the
alarm
lawnmower?
is. I didn't get the lawnmower. They have them, and they even have weed pullers, but those are a little too expensive right
Well,
now.
they got a weed puller.
They have weed pullers, robot weed pullers. They'll go and find a weed and pull it out of the ground.
I might want that.
Yes.
Christmas is coming, folks.
That's right. So there's a lot of
weed.
them out there.
Well, how does it? I don't know. I was starting to say how does it identify a weed, but how does any of that stuff work?
I don't know how that one works, but I don't think I want the smart robots though, as far as the lawn, because I enjoy going out and cutting the grass. I like going out there and again, one of my tools, my lawnmower, go out there and just cut the grass. So I enjoy
Push
it.
or ride?
Both.
Both.
Yeah. I mean, I do.
Of course.
I ride the front yard because that's our large yard, and then I push our backyard, and then of course I push through the ditches and such. So, okay, let's go to the next one here. The Pinterest perfectionist. Their home looks like it's straight out of a home decor magazine. Every corner is styled to perfection, and they've attempted every trendy DIY project they've ever seen on Pinterest. Anybody know anybody like that?
I don't have any personal friends like that. We're not like that in our household.
I've seen a couple dorm rooms that do not resemble a dorm room, which is
Nice.
impressive.
Yeah.
People will they'll add a headboard to the bed, they'll take in their own furniture. I've seen people bring in their own mattresses to college dorm rooms and just make it like it looks like a completely different room, and I find that to be shocking.
I'll tell you, I don't know anybody that does that myself, but I mean, we have some agents when they decorate houses.
Oh yeah.
They can make them look like they're straight out of a magazine.
It's a. I want to say it's a talent
Yeah.
to be able to do. I mean, because I walk in the house and I just see, well, you need a bed, a sofa, or whatever in the house. But a lot of them just can visualize.
Yeah.
What they want.
Yep. That's not me.
I can go in and see something and say I like that or I don't like that. But as far as from scratch, no.
Even when I do see it and I'm like, I like that, I want to do that, I can never do it as good as what I saw.
Oh, yeah, no. And then I'm like, well, I've spent 3 hours on this and I'd prefer a store-bought one.
That's right. All right, let's go to the next one here. This is the wannabe chef. This homeowner's kitchen is equipped with all the latest gadgets and appliances. They might not be gourmet chefs, but they sure know how to make their kitchen look the part.
This is not Scooter. He's auctioning away kitchen things at this point.
And she said yes to that.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad. That's very good for my coworker
You may
Andrew.
want it.
I have a stand mixer.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it's in Florida because I don't have room for it, but
Okay.
I have one to my name.
Well, I'll tell you, we have a lot of course, my kids, both of them, my daughter is an amazing baker. And she actually wants to open her own bakery when
That would
she
be cool.
grows up. So that's awesome. And my son, he loves cooking. He actually is considering being a chef. It's interesting. He wants to either be a medicinal chemist or a
Okay.
chef.
Well, there's chemistry involved in
Yeah,
both.
for sure.
Mixing
So-
stuff.
But they both do good, so we do have a lot of toys in there. But I'll tell you one thing: our kitchen might look like it came out of the Ninja magazine. We have the Ninja Foodie. We have the Ninja Foodie Grill. We have Ninja Pots and Pans. We have, the Ninja Food Processor. We have the
Creamy.
Ninja Blender, the Ninja Creamy, the Ninja Nutra.
We had an
whatever,
entire
so
meeting
much.
that was just looking at Ninja products online to decide some prizes for raffles
They
that we
are
have going on.
great products, I'll tell you that. If you get one of those in one of the raffles that we're getting ready to get involved in, you're going to get a good product. That's for sure.
This
Well-
is part of his toy collection.
That's right.
Well, in our family, our personal family, our son Adam, he's the chef in the family. In fact, for Christmas one time, he gives a cookbook that he made recipes, but you just give it to us one time, Adam. We have not had any updates. And he's got all these things. In fact, I go to his house, and it frustrates me because I have a hard time waking up in the morning. Of course, the time I wake up, some other people are up too because they got all these kids running around. But I can't even figure out how to work the coffee maker. Give me a cup of coffee.
I have the Ninja coffee bar too.
Yeah, but he's a really good chef, and he has his little tools and stuff.
Nice. And by the way, if my wife's listening to this, she is also an amazing cook. She makes very good food. So
It would
I'm
be
gonna
wrong for
clear
you
of
to be like, my son is fabulous.
If my wife is listening to this, I have nothing to say.
Scooter.
All
Your
right.
wife could be listening to this from the other room right now.
Well, she hasn't walked in yet, so.
She does have a set of knives.
All right. Next one is the overly cautious home inspector. This stereotype pokes fun at homeowners who go on to extreme lengths to ensure their homes are safe. They might have countless smoke detectors, multiple fire extinguishers in every room, and safety gates for rooms that don't need them.
We have some clients who call and ask a lot of questions. I don't know if they're all about safety, but when they're booking an inspection, sometimes they just need to have every T crossed, every I dotted, just as many questions as they can think to ask and get answered. And they're a little overly cautious sometimes, but sometimes they have valid concerns that do need to be explained.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm just on the note of the title, the overly cautious home inspector. So I was doing a home inspection once, and I had this couple there with me, and I mean, I'm checking one area, and they're in another area, and of course, when I get there, they're like, "What about this, this, and this, and this?" And I'm like, and they're pointing out valid stuff, and I'm like, "Why am I here? You guys are doing great on your own, man. You don't need me." But I guess they needed the official document.
Right.
That's all.
The official document's always good. I do like the jokes online that are like when the client's dad shows up with a flashlight, you know the home inspection is going to be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Or a lot longer.
Definitely. When there's someone checking everything you're doing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. The next one is the endless home renovator. Their home is a perpetual construction zone. They're always in the middle of a renovation project with half-painted walls, exposed wiring, and unfinished projects scattered everywhere.
I've seen a lot of these over the years. I mean, it just brings, I can never picture the homes I've seen, half-painted walls, electrical wires hanging out, you're 3/4 of the way finished, but never finish it 100%. Especially kitchens. I see a lot of kitchens that they got put the granite countertop in, but never finished the splash back. That's like cohesiveness.
Scooter is trying to say cohesiveness.
I have trouble with that word, but with several words. But we see a lot of that. People get started and don't finish projects.
My apartment right now is in a perpetual state of renovation. That was the idea behind my landlord buying the property, is to renovate it. And so things have happened. Before I moved in, a lot happened. And now that I've moved in, a couple small things. But my roommate just had painted my room and everything I was using before I moved in. But she just painted her room like last week. So she had it taped up for the 5 months I've been living there.
Nice.
And so now it's finally painted and she got to take all the tape down. And so she can be a little bit of that endless home renovator, but we're busy.
It always makes me think when you say those things, like TV show. What's that? Big Bang Theory. Like they had that elevator that
never
worked.
fixed.
The caution tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The caution.
So, all right, let's go to one more here. Let's go to the collector of oddities. This homeowner loves to showcase their quirky and unconventional tastes through their collection of unusual decorations, whether it's vintage, taxidermy, or a wall of antique teapots.
I would like to speak to that.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Doing inspections, what you used to hate worse than anything in the world is to go into a house. And it could be well done, but it's just a lot, excessive stuff. Every windowsill, it's like 4 things sitting on that apartment. Looks like they cost $200 a piece. Every mantle, behind every door, it was always something. And you're walking around in there like you're scared to move because we have all these pedestals. And on top of the pedestal was something that looked like it was
Fragile.
just right in that very zone right there. That if you breathe on it, it's going to fall off or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've been around a lot of it. And at Christmas time, oh my gosh. Christmas time might be the worst time in the world to do an inspection on a house.
With decorations up, I'm sure.
Decorations up, exactly.
Well, I know you also know several people that would fall into that taxidermy setting as well, right?
Well, usually they're well done. You can knock them around.
You're only worried about the fragile stuff.
The fragile stuff, yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be careful of
They
those
got
things.
hides on. They got leather. Most of them are encased in leather.
Well, guys, I appreciate all the insight you've had here. And if you think that you fall into one of these categories, or do you have a category we didn't talk about today, please email us at info@burgessinspects.com. And we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Well, that was a lot of fun to watch.
A lot of fun to watch.
A lot of fun. I think we had a great time filming it. It's always fun when we have Scooter in a room with a camera and a microphone. You never really know what he's going to say.
It was fun. I like when we get to sit around and just talk about something.
Yeah, a little bit more casual than when we interview guests, because we just kind of get to, sit down and chat. You guys get a glimpse into what the office looks like on a daily basis.
Yeah, sometimes we go down that rabbit hole.
Just sitting here.
Yeah,
no camera, no mic. We're just sitting in a room trying to figure out how we can get a monkey for the office.
That's right.
Happens occasionally, I'm pro dog for the office, but I don't think I'm winning that one.
No.
So one of the things that we do want to touch on, I'm not sure if we've mentioned this specific food drive, but as you guys know, we do collect food at all of our inspections. It's an ongoing food drive to benefit the Chesterfield County Food Bank. And because it is May now, it's almost the beginning of summer, they are doing a specific food drive to benefit the kids of Chesterfield County who rely on the food provided at schools for their breakfast and lunch meals. And so they are collecting things like Pop-Tarts and granola bars and Chef Boyardee in the cups that kids can microwave, so they can give kids something that they can make themselves to make sure they can still eat over the summer.
Yeah, so it's something that we really enjoy helping out with, and the food bank will certainly, they're
great people there. Everyone we've interacted
appreciative.
with, they're very appreciative. So far, Burgess has donated about 400 pounds of food to them since we started the initiative last October. And so we're about to go and do another batch of food dropped off. Then hopefully we'll get some more things for the kids, and we can just continue helping.
Yeah. So if this means anything, if this touches you in any way, and you'd like to give or even help out, we'd love to partner with, agent offices or any local businesses to promote this food drive. But if you want to just be able to donate to it, feel free. You can come by our office. You can call Madden.
I'll come pick it up. I have no problem with that.
That's right.
I just got a new car. It's great. I love driving it. Please call me. But we just want to make sure, and we had an inspector bring in 2 bags of food this morning, and I always love when they do that because it means that people are actually reading our messaging that we're putting out there, listening to our podcast, helping.
Yes.
And it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yes. So thank you for everybody that has donated to this point.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you guys tuning in today, listening to us be a little silly in the conference room, talking about some homeowner stereotypes. And we hope you have a great day. And if you can donate, we'd love for you to help out.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Between the Cracks podcast.